What's up and welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Friday, May 20th, 2022. I am Tim Geddes, and today I am joined for the very first time by IGN's Stella Chung. Stella, how you doing?
Woo! I'm good. It's Friday, and I'm so happy that I'm finally on Kinda Funny Games. I'm just sneaking in very slowly.
I love it.
I put in Janet as like a feeler, she's my sleeper agent. So yeah.
Love to see. Now, here's the thing. Today, a lot of crazy stuff happened. It was supposed to be Bless hosting with you. You and Bless, good friends, from what I understand. I have heard of you before. I know you work at IGN, but I do not know you. You do not know me. Right? Wait, did I get something wrong there?
No, that sounded so ominous. I have heard of you, and I'm like, I don't.
Exactly. I get hit up by Bless this morning, and he's like, "Bro, I am not feeling good. Can you handle Games Daily?" I'm like, "Dude, I got it. Don't even worry." And I DM'd you. I'm like, "Stella, are you down to do the show with me? Like, let's go." And you're like, "Yeah." So here we are. We're doing it. But before we get into all the rigmarole and stuff, I wanted to get to know you a little bit. I wanted to give you the time to get to know me. If you had any questions, so let's just start with the easy stuff. Who are you? What do you do at IGN?
Oh God, existential questions on a Friday morning. So I am Stella Chung. I am currently at IGN. I do host work. I am a video editor. I do gameplay stuff. So I do a lot of stuff. I also do esports hosting on the side as well. So mostly for Apex and Halo. So yeah, It's like a little rundown about me. I love potatoes. I like long walks to the fridge. So, that's a little
long walks to
the
fridge. Okay. What's your Starbucks order? Speaking of getting real personal.
Ooh, you know what? Have you tried the new shaken espresso with like dark chocolate?
No.
You haven't? So good. It's great. But my usual go-to is an Americano or a cold brew. So
yeah, that's fine. See, I'm obviously the Trent Ice unsweetened. That's my go-to.
Oh,
but
okay.
When you said the new drink, I thought you were gonna give a shout out to that new the pink drink they got, the dragon fruit.
I don't like
refresher.
Their fruity drinks. Like, no, give me that bitter shit. Dude, fill that hole in my heart.
I will say a refresher on a hot day, especially with like San Francisco recently, with like, getting to the 70s, the UV rays, like, going off the charts. I will UV rays factor in because when you have a house like when you live in a place like I do, like that, that heat builds up, and so you need a nice refresher with some dragon fruit. Like I'd be down for that 100%.
Are you in like a greenhouse or something?
No, we just live in, not very well insulated houses in San Francisco because, no one ever thought, oh, San Francisco might get hot at one point, 60 years ago when they were, I assume, building the city for the first time, Yeah.
That's why you're just the producer, right? Because you don't need to be on camera, so you're like really just sitting naked in front of your camera.
Yeah, it's like I'm sweating. It's like the gif from Airplane where the guy is just like sweating, like constant. That's just what I look like constantly. Yeah.
Your poor chair. Your poor chair.
So after the Starbucks question number 2, I don't want to put the pressure on what the number 1 is, but what are some of your favorite video games of all time?
Ooh, okay, all right, of all time, Okay. FPS games, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely going to win some points in the chat with that.
Oh, yeah. No, I have been a strong fan of Titanfall since the beginning. Let's see. For RPG games, I really liked Dragon Age Inquisition, which I know a lot of people who were originally into Dragon Age did not like Inquisition as much, but I liked it. Let's see. As of recent, Elden Ring, that is the first game that I'm actually so close. I have 2 more trophies to do 3 technically, and then I can platinum it. And that's my first ever platinum game. So
hell yeah.
I'm so excited. And I don't like open world games, but like Elden Ring just sucked me in. Oh, awesome. Also favorite Souls game though, Bloodborne.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, you're winning a lot of points with the people here. What game would you say you are best at?
Best at? Shoot. Best at?
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot.
maybe because I just play so much of it, like Apex Legends at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard. Best at? Ooh, I know, making boys cry on the internet because I clap back at them. That's my favorite game to play.
Get after it. Yo, find Stella in the streets. Find her in Apex. See what's up. Because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily, where each and every weekday we get together to talk about all the video game nerdy news that you need to know right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. You can watch it later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or roosterteeth.com. You can also get it as a podcast by searching your favorite podcast service for Kind of Funny Games Daily, and we'll be right there for you. Remember, you can use the Epic creator code Kind of Funny on all Epic Store and Epic in-game purchases like Rocket League or Fortnite to help support this channel. To be part of the show, you can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, where bronze members or above gets right in, and silver members or above get the show ad-free, along with the exclusive daily post show. Some housekeeping for you. A new episode of PS I Love You XOXO is up right now with Janet and Blessing ranking the top 50 PlayStation 5 games. That's available right now on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or podcast services. Also, our Halo Season 1 review Screencast is up. That's me talking to Snowbike Mike about his thoughts of the entire season of Halo on Paramount Plus. You can check that out on the Screencast. I've got a whole bunch of other Screencast stuff coming next week. Monday, we're doing a review of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, which I cannot wait to watch this weekend. And then ending the week with Obi-Wan Kenobi episodes 1 and 2. Very, very excited for that as well. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Anonymous and Fargo Brady. Today, we're brought to you by Maple Story and Lumen Skin, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 6 news stories today.
A baker's dozen.
6 news stories and 1 fun thing that I'm just insisting that we watch together. But story number 1, Norman Reedus seems to have confirmed Death Stranding sequel. This comes from Nibel's Twitter. Barrett, if you could please bring that up. Kind of a fun surprise, and you gotta love it when actors are out there just saying shit they're not supposed to say. Norman Reedus was being interviewed and said, okay, or someone asked him, okay, so you got the book going on, you've got the final season coming out, and then the spinoff, then you're filming Death Stranding, the video game, and he just responded, we just started the second one. And then when asked, how did that come about? He said, Guillermo del Toro, who gave me my first movie, called me up and said, hey there, there's a guy named Hideo Kojima. He's going to call you. You just say yes. And I go, what do you mean just say yes? And he goes, stop being an asshole. Just say yes. Then I was in San Diego and Hideo came with a big group of people. He's from Tokyo and he showed me what he was working on, a game called Silent Hill. I was blown away by what he was showing me. And I was like, yes, let's do this. It's not Miss Pac-Man. It's so realistic. It's so futuristic. It's so complicated and beautiful. And I was completely blown away. It took me maybe 2 or 3 years to finish all the mocap sessions and everything. It takes a lot of work. And then the game came out and it just won all these awards and it was a huge thing. So we just started part 2 of that. Stella.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Death Stranding? Let's start there.
Okay, so I have not played this game. I just do not understand it. I've actually watched through every single like lore video and stuff, and I still don't know what the fuck is going on. It looks gorgeous, and like I'm not a terrible person, okay? But like, my friend Mark Medina from IGN, he actually showed like what it's like when you shake the baby and like when you accidentally land on the baby, and I'm like, that's actually so hilarious.
Jesus Christ. Like, okay.
It's funny, all right? It's funny. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't played it. I don't understand it. And it's not like really my type of game because it's just very open world and I don't really know what the objectives are. And I know it's like, you can do all these cool things. You can see where people have been and you can piss on the ground and like fungus comes up. And I'm like, that's great. Doesn't appeal to me, but I know a lot of people liked the game, so you know them getting a sequel, that's great. I'm not mad. Like, go ahead, piss on more grass, get some more mushrooms. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I'm similar to you in that Death Stranding wasn't for me for a lot of the same reasons you said. I'm not traditionally a big open world guy. I am a huge Kojima guy, but Death Stranding was kind of some evidence for me that maybe I'm more a Metal Gear Kojima guy than I am a Kojima just in general dude. But Death Stranding 2, I know is going to be really exciting to a lot of people that played it because it is the type of game that I haven't really heard of many people that committed to beating it that didn't end up like putting it in the love category. Like it might not have been their favorite game of all time, but like there's a fondness for it. So them getting a sequel, I think, could be really exciting to a good amount of people. For me, I would much rather Kojima be working on something different because Death Stranding wasn't the thing for me. But I love the idea that there's a second one being worked on, and the way that it was accidentally announced was Norman Reedus being like, yeah, we're doing it. I am interested if it's actually real, like if it is a sequel to this game, because I know last year something similar came out, and it ended up just being the director's cut that they did. I don't remember who said what. It might have been Norman, it might have been Guillermo, but that's kind of this might end up being a non-story. Like this might just be a misunderstanding. Clearly, Norman Reedus isn't the most in touch with the gaming sphere. When his touchstone was Miss Pac-Man. So who knows? But I do think that this definitely makes it seem like there is a likely chance that Death Stranding 2 is real.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out that in chat, Blessing, who is out sick, said that he's currently playing Death Stranding on his Steam Deck right now as he watches.
There we go. The future is now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Jake Bakes Cakes writes in and says Sam Porter Bridges and everyone's favorite BB are coming back, but they've already connected the United Cities of America. When we get a Death Stranding 2, do you think it'll be much more stealth and action focused, or are we going to get UPS Simulator 2? What do you think, Stella? Do you think that they kind of stick to what the first game was, or do they kind of like take the story implications from the first and kind of take it in a slightly different gameplay direction?
I wish I could understand the story better so I could give a better answer, but I feel like with Death Stranding 2, if they do decide to, if that is real and you know Norma was speaking the truth accidentally, I think it might stick more to the first, but I know that there were some combat-based encounters, so I feel like maybe they'll incorporate more of that, because I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's a lot of space where you run or like, you know, transport between locations, so maybe they might incorporate some more action, but I feel like they'll keep the core of what Death Stranding was, because that is what people liked still about the game, so...
Yeah, it's interesting. I imagine, especially with what they did with the director's cut, where they added some little stealth elements that were kind of like nods to Metal Gear. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a bit more of that, if it got a little bit more Metal Gear gameplay wise than the first one was. But at the same time, like they kind of do have to, if they're making a sequel to Death Stranding, make a sequel to Death Stranding. People that enjoyed that game enjoyed it for what it was, not for the fact that it was like a Metal Gear like, because it definitely was not that. No. So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to officially finding out what Kojima's working on next. Like it's been a while now, a surprising while actually. Like I thought that by now we would know, and obviously with the state of the world, it's not a big surprise that some things are still being held a little close to the vest, but close to the chest. But I think that it wouldn't be crazy to see a Kojima announcement sometime this summer, especially knowing his relationship with Keighley and knowing that Keighley's going all out with the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh my God, dude. How is it already June? Like almost June.
It's nuts. I don't know. Literally, we are weeks away from multiple game showcases, which means multiple game announcements. I feel like we're at this like beautiful moment right now where we're kind of ending all of the announcements we've had the last couple of years, and it's time for like new announcements. And I'm like, what the hell are we about to get? So we'll see. But story number 2, another really exciting thing that a lot of us didn't expect, but a lot of us really wanted. The all-new PlayStation Plus will have trophy support for at least some classic PlayStation 1 games. This comes directly from Sony Ben's Twitter. They tweeted out, incoming from Ben Studio, agency intel reports that Siphon Filter will include trophies when it arrives on the all-new PlayStation Plus. And yes, you can earn the Platinum 2. The new PlayStation Plus launches in Asia on May 23rd, in Japan a week later on June 1st, in the Americas June 13th, and in Europe on June 22nd. So literally 3 days from now in Asia, and then just over the next couple weeks around the rest of the world, we'll finally understand what this PlayStation Plus is, what games are included, and now what games are going to have trophy support. This is our first kind of official statement that we're getting Siphon Filter as one of the PS1 games. I don't think that's a surprise, but it getting trophy support, I think, is a major surprise. Does this do anything for you?
I mean, so growing up, I wasn't really allowed to play games, which is funny because now I play games for a living. Funny how that works out. But yeah, so for me, I'm just like, yeah, I love the fact that so many more modern day systems are allowing us to do backwards compatibility games. And now I can catch up on a lot of these games that I didn't get to play, like the original Silent Hill. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I know a lot of people do trophy hunting and they feel this sense of achievement through getting trophies in games. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, not everyone needs it, but the fact that it's there, that's a pretty great draw for some people. So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, like this is definitely for some of the people are kind of funny. Greg Miller specifically, like I think a very, very big deal. But I even think that this is kind of best case scenario. And I don't, even though I didn't expect this much, even I don't expect every single game on the service to have trophy support. I do think that clearly it's going to be the studio dependent decision on whether or not the games are going to have trophies, let alone a platinum trophy. But with Bend being the ones that made that have Siphon Filter in their DNA and all that, I think them going back and giving this the loving care that it deserves, I think is really cool because, you know, old games are old. Everyone always talks about that. And as we're in this era now where more and more games are accessible in more and more ways, especially with things like Game Pass and what this seems to be the Nintendo Switch Online services, I think that anything that can be an incentive beyond just, hey, you get to play the game again, I think there's a lot of value to. So giving people a reason to go back and play a game that they've played a bunch of times, or a reason to go and play old game that they've heard of, like you were just talking about the first Silent Hill or something. Like maybe you missed out and you've never played the original Resident Evil or Crash Bandicoot on the original PlayStation, not the remastered version or something. Like having trophy support, I think, is just that one little extra incentive, one little nudge to be like, hey, there's something of value here, quote unquote. Sure, it's just a little digital JPEG of a colored trophy, but like that means a lot to people. And I think when you add up, like especially with the platinums and all that stuff, like here you are on your journey with Elden Ring, about to get your first. Who knows? Maybe Siphon Filter will be your second.
Yeah, also it's really cool because then it gives people an opportunity to see all the like silly trophies that you might have missed out on. Like I was just playing through the Stanley Parable deluxe edition, right? And they're like all sorts of trophies that you would have missed out on. And the fact that they brought that game back, like it's really cool. You can see all the different little weird ass trophies that you could pick up on. So there's also that experience you could get through playing past games.
Yeah, totally. Hey Barrett, like what are your thoughts on this? I know that you aren't the biggest trophy hunter in the world, but like I know that you do like going back and playing old games.
Yeah, the trophies themselves don't really pull me in because, like, as much as like being able to go back to old games, I'm actually nostalgic for when it comes to like PS1 games or PS2 games primarily. Because if I'm going back to those games, I'm not thinking like, oh yeah, let's finally get the platinum. Like we even saw that with PS2 to PS4 games a couple of years ago where they ported like Bully and stuff. Like I wasn't going back to Bully to like get the platinum in Bully. I was going back to it to like, re-experience my childhood and playing this game that my mom let me play because she wouldn't let me play Grand Theft Auto. And so, yeah, it doesn't really draw me. Like, I don't know if I'm going to want to go through the headaches of trying to get a platinum for an old game that, may not have aged super well when it comes to design, and them trying to think of like what are like kind of hard to get trophies that we can think of for this old game. It's like, nah, I don't want to do that, man. Like, I aged 5 years trying to get the platinum in Sifu, so like I'm not trying to go back and deal with
Oh my
those kind of headaches.
God.
And so yeah, it doesn't really pull me any further. The only thing that's really going to draw me is if they can step up their actual lineup of backwards compatible games for me.
Yeah. Stella, so you're saying that you didn't play many games when you were young. Do you have any PS1 or PS2 games that you do have nostalgia for that you're like, you know what? Like if they had a trophy list, I might go for the platinum.
Let me look this up real quick. Let's see. I off the top of my head, I can't remember anything. Let's see.
Because I struggled to go for it.
Shadow of the Colossus, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But,
yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, I might already have them. And
I know,
I don't remember if they did the...
Yeah,
Barrett, did they do a PS2 remaster of it? Not remaster, but the PS2 Classics version?
No, it was only just the remake that
the PS4 has it.
Right, yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, that'd be a great one. I feel like Shadow of the Colossus, the original version, would be a fun one to get
Yeah.
trophy support, because like it is a smaller game, like it's not that long. And I think that there's like a nifty nostalgia to, especially after the remake coming out and being as good as it is, to go back and like see the original, because like honestly, for a 2005 PS2 game, Shadow of the Colossus is still insanely impressive.
So gorgeous. Yeah, so my friend was playing it because I went over to look and I was like, oh, what is this game? He's like, oh, Shadow of the Colossus. And he's like, yeah, it's really hard. It doesn't really tell you what to do, but like you kind of just get what the game's insinuating. And I was watching and I was like, oh, let me try, and it was so cool. Like we switched off controllers, so it wasn't really my game experience, but it was kind of like a shared experience. Also, I just realized Shadow the Hedgehog was a PS2 game.
Hell
Let's go.
Hell yeah, I want to platinum that shit. Let's go.
I love that. Honestly, like to me, it is those type of games that I think would be the most fun to have kind of trophy list and platinum specifically, just to see how bonkers and weird they can get with some of the requirements. Because I feel like most of the games I would be interested in actually going back and platinuming are the ones that have no chance of actually making it to the list, like the Tony Hawk games, the Barrett, can you imagine if we can platinum Thug? Like, let's go, dude. Like, I'm doing that day one.
What about Metal Gear, though?
So don't Metal Gear have trophies from the
Metal Gear
2
Solid
and 3?
Oh, yeah, you're right. But if the originals of, like, if Metal Gear Solid 1 came to the PS1, like, classic lineup, would you go back? Would that incentivize you to, get some old trophies?
Yeah, MGS1 with trophies, I think could be... I've been looking for a reason to replay that. So, I mean, that's the type of thing that I think that like the trophy stuff might be that one level of incentive I need to be like, I'm actually going to commit to it instead of just talking about it.
And not to confuse like visual watchers here. This is not Metal Gear Solid. This is in fact Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog,
Are you
baby.
Sure?
When I pulled it up and I said Metal Gear Solid, I was like, that's weird. It kind of, maybe some Metal Gear vibes.
Yeah.
But like NBA Street Volume 2 comes to mind, Amplitude comes to mind, all those games I would love to platinum, but I don't think that we're ever going to get them on the services. But anyways, moving on to story number 3 here. Future Game Show moves to June 11th with 60 minutes of trailers and world premieres. This comes from Matt Lorigan from PlayStationTrophies.com. Games Radar Plus has revealed that the Future Game Show will now be taking place on June 11th, a day earlier than previously announced. Taking place during the traditional E3 dates, even with the cancellation of gaming's premier summer event, the Future Game Show promises 60 minutes of new trailers, world premieres, and surprises. Things will kick off at noon Pacific on June 11th, 2 days after Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest showcase and a day before the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. The Future Game Show is focused on helping fans discover something new with a hand-picked selection of multi-format games that deserve your attention. We featured over 200 games since our debut show in June 2020, including rhythm action shooters, a Canary Bird postal service management sim, and a tactical vacuum action game with a 90s boy band soundtrack. God bless you, Future Game Show. God bless. Are you excited about Future Game Show at all?
Yeah, I mean, there's some gems that come out of that thing. I mean, I want to say last year, didn't they do like an actual open like VR sort of experience? We could like walk around a show floor, or who was that? I don't remember who that was.
Wasn't that Devolver?
Was it Devolver?
Last year was just I don't know, just a fever dream of showcases.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, that is the problem. Is like, yeah, a lot of the showcases kind of just blend together from last year. Like, I do think that this year, it so far seems a little bit more condensed. Like, there's still a ton of people doing stuff left and right, but like, I think the moving of the date and time of this to be that day in between the Game Fest and the Microsoft showcase, I think is a smart move for them. To kind of like get their foot down. They're being clear and concise about what we're getting. 200 games in 60 minutes. You got to imagine that's going to be fast paced, just kind of in and out, a lot of variety, a lot of weird games. But yeah, I do not remember which one the Future Game Showcase was last year and if it was good or bad.
Yeah, it's really hard to remember because we are just getting such a huge influx of content just kind of like seared into our eyeballs. It's so hard to like, it has to really stand out, right? So the fact that we're getting so many games in 60 minutes, you're just like, oh my God, there's no way I'm remembering all this stuff unless something really calls to you, which maybe that's the thing, right? Like maybe they're just trying to throw this like quantity of games at you so that maybe if you see one thing, you're just like, oh yeah, I want to look at that. So you have to look up Future Game Show and then look at that specific title, which is fine. That's how, it works, but it's going to be a big showcase, and I'm glad that they are giving themselves space between two major ones.
Yeah, totally. I'm looking through Games Radar's kind of landing page right now for the Future Games Show, and the games and partners revealed so far include Team 17, Thunderful Games, Aminata Design, and much more to follow. What's exciting to me about that is Thunderful Games. They have proven themselves to be excellent, and I would go as far as saying like up and coming, like Devolver. There's someone else out there. Like their games that they publish are so damn cool. We recently played Curse to Golf on stream, and that was a lot of fun. And there was a Thunderful showcase that we did a while back too that we reacted to, and they had a lot of really cool looking games. I think that it was kind of honed in indies that kind of felt like they had a little bit more substance to them than just like throwing a bazillion things at you and seeing what sticks. So if they're gonna have that type of stuff, I'm pretty excited. Barrett, you brought up Sonic Colors. What
I've been as you guys have been talking about Future Game Show, I've just been showing what their showcase had last year.
Okay, cool. So that's interesting then. Like if that was where Sonic Colors Ultimate Remastered, whatever the hell it was called, was announced, we might get some type of
quickly going through it. Quickly going through it. Like that was the showcase last year, I think, hosted by Troy Baker and Laura Bailey. And scrubbing through all of that, I feel like Sonic was the most high profile thing there.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Friesenification in the chat says it wasn't where it was announced; it was just shown off. But I do think that that's interesting. That cool, they are showing off third-party titles that are from Sega. Like that's a pretty higher profile thing. But yeah. Any? What are you looking forward to most of this non-E3 E3 season so far? I imagine it might not be Future Game Show, but
I don't know. So. I just want to see more like information on previous games that we've seen. Do y'all remember Scorn? Like seeing that sort of announcement and like
which one's Scorn?
It's that really like gross body horror alien sort of horror game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nasty, but for some reason it like satisfies me to see that.
What a word to use with the images I'm looking at right now by Googling Scorn.
You can't look away because you're just like, oh, that gun reloads really flesh-like. I like it.
God.
What?
Look at this.
Look at that. Isn't that so cool?
That is so satisfying. Come to mind.
It's got a tail. Yeah. This gun has a tail.
Yeah, put those glow balls in the holes. Hell yeah. Let me reload my gun.
I love it. Oh, man.
I thought it was cool. I'm just like, this looks nasty. I want to know what it's about. Like, fuck yeah, give me that shit.
Okay. So like right now it's looking like October 2022 is the potential release date, at least according to Google here. Scorn's an upcoming first-person biopunk survival horror adventure video game developed by Serbian developer Ebb Software. It's coming to Windows and the Xbox Series. The game is inspired by works of H.R. Geiger, which makes a lot of sense with the alien vibes we're getting here.
The gun with the tail. I love seeing chat just explode. Stella's a sicko.
I love it, dude. I love it. We need more sickos over here.
Don't come at me and my flesh gun that I have to pet to reload, all right?
Oh man, I would say I am most excited this summer for Keighley's showcase. Like I think that the Summer Game Fest, the Game Awards continue to get better and better every year. Just kind of honing in. There's still a lot of fat. There's still a lot of fluff, but like I feel like they are on a positive forward momentum situation going on. And then the Game Fest thing, I feel like last year was really the first kind of coming out party for it, of them being like, look, like we got this and we know what we're doing. It's like Game Awards, but it's a little more honed in, and they had learned what to do and not to do from the opening night live from Gamescom, which I think still is the one of Keighley's productions that hasn't found its footing yet. Like I feel like that's the one that's most inconsequential. But Summer Game Fest, I think that he knows, especially now with E3 being dead, all eyes are on this. Like we need to show up, we need to show out. Last year they had Elden Ring. What do they got this year? And I feel like Keighley's earned the industry's trust, and especially when there is this vacuum of not having the traditional stages to showcase your games on. I think that we're in a really cool spot where Game Fest this year, I don't think it's going to be the one. I don't think this is going to be the one people look back on from years to come and be like, dude, they nailed it. But I do think that it's going to be closer to that than a disappointment. So I'm hopeful for that, because anything can happen. Nintendo could be there, PlayStation, Xbox, like anything big. I don't expect too much from Xbox because they have their showcase.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah, and that's fine. Like E3 also had to start somewhere, right? Like you don't have to start with a huge banger. Like it's okay, you're getting yourself established. Also, E3, this is the first year that E3 was like, hey, no more. So now they're establishing this new like ongoing thing, which is great. And the fact that it's going to be online, more people can see it, there are more eyes on it. I think that's great. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it has to start somewhere. And even if it's not, something that we think about like in a few months, it's still something that's very cool. It's going to set the pace going forward for next year and the years to come. So yeah.
Hell yes. Before we get to story number 4, I want to tell you about our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Lumen. If your skincare routine is basically you washing your face in the shower with that one shower gel that you've been using since high school, then it's time to level up the skincare game. Thanks to Lumen, you can drop that bottle of 3-in-1 and start using products that actually take care of your face. With Lumen, you get the highest quality products. All their products aim to help with those stubborn acne scars, under eye dark circles, wrinkles, sun damage, dry skin, oily skin. Gia has been using the charcoal face wash and charcoal face scrub, and she feels so fresh, so clean afterward. She has dry skin, so especially during the winter, it's nice to have that hydration and exfoliation. Also, she's a big fan of the really subtle citrus smell. All you have to do is take a 2-minute quiz on their website, and they'll tell you exactly which routine is best for you based on your skincare needs. Level up your skincare game with Lumen Skin today. You can go to lumenskin.com/kindafunny to get your free trial of Lumen's products. That's luminskin.com/kindafunny to get your free trial of Lumen's products. lumenskin.com/kindafunny. Shout out to MapleStory for sponsoring this episode. Are you tired of being judged based on the way you look? MapleStory is too. Because while it may look cute and cuddly, this is a deeply hardcore MMORPG. MapleStory is full of vast, colorful lands and a ferocious array of towering monsters. And don't get us started about damage. MapleStory will have you dealing billions with each swing of your Fafnir battle cleaver as you battle boss after epic boss, and you can customize your Mapler your way. MapleStory has 40+ jobs and thousands of weapons, outfits, hats, armor sets, and mounts for you to take on your journey, from the Lionheart battle bracers to vicious lollipop wands. And you know I love a lollipop wand. There's a ton to see and do in this picturesque world, and with 18 years of content to sink your Genesis weapon into, there will always be a new adventure around the corner. MapleStory is ready to go. Are you? You can go to maplestory.com to check out the game and play for free. That's free, guys. Come on. maplestory.com. Story number 4, Evil Dead the game sells 500,000 units in under a week. This comes from Dom Peppelet from VG247. As part of the Embracer Group's full year financial report 21-22, Saber Interactive's Matt Karch outlines explicitly that Evil Dead the game has sold approximately 500,000 units in 5 days. The game is the first title to be developed and published by Saber's publishing unit, and per Karch, represents a huge success for the company. Evil Dead the game is apparently tracking better than World War Z, and Karch notes that the game will continue to kick butt as the developer supports it going forward. It helps, of course, that the game is multi-platform and cross-play. Being an asymmetric multiplayer title, the deck would be stacked against you if you were limiting your player pool to just one platform. So these sales count for every version of the game sold since its release date of Friday the 13th. May, Friday the 13th, across PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Given the strong start the game has enjoyed, then it makes sense the developer has announced a fairly comprehensive Evil Dead DLC roadmap, which includes a new map heavily based on Castle Candor from Army of Darkness coming later this summer. Have you played Evil Dead? Have you watched Evil Dead? Do you care about Evil Dead?
I just downloaded it actually, so I'm trying to figure out a time that I can get my friends to play. It looks so fun. I was watching people play it, and I'm like, oh, am I? Because I wasn't sure if I was sold on it. Because I'm like, oh, we have Dead by Daylight, we have the what is it, Friday the 13th sort of stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, like that's not really my genre of game. But I was watching it, I was like, this is fun. This is interesting. This is different. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'm into this. Also, the monsters look so gross. Again, yeah.
You sicko.
I know, Stella's a sicko. Yeah, that's great. Let me be this demon lady with like a giant fupa. Like, that looks so cool. She can like slap people around. You can become a boss as the killer. That's so cool.
It's not fun on the other end, though, let me tell you, because we played this game on Friday. It was Greg, Roger, myself, and Andy, and we were up against Mike for a majority of that stream, who was like controlling all the demons, and he frequently brought in that lady with the fupa slapping us around. And let me tell you, Mike really took over the name Evil Dead on that stream, and it was like, oh my, he was an expert, and I don't understand how or why, and I'm still traumatized by it.
I love that. I don't know, like being able to terrify people is always really fun, especially if it's like against your group of friends. So, anyways, yeah, no, it looks really fun. I actually have not seen The Evil Dead, so I definitely need to marathon that. But I was like, this game looks really fun. It looks gorgeous, first of all, and the gameplay looks really fun, especially with a group of people that you like. So, yeah, I downloaded it, have yet to play it, but I'm excited.
Yeah, the boys seem like they're having some fun with it. I know they even went back to it, I think, yesterday, Barrett, right, on stream, which is cool because it's like,
I don't know if we streamed it on our channel yesterday, at least, but like they've been playing it on their own time, like obsessively since then. Like I go into Andy's room sometimes, and he's just like chilling, just playing the game with randos. Like that's how much he's into it.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, so yeah, it's cool to see the success. I mean, 500,000 units in under a week. Major success for these type of games, and I think that it's cool, like dating back to like Evolve, right, that kind of took this type of gameplay, like took the idea of like Left 4 Dead and all that and kind of ratcheted it up to be this like asymmetric, like usually like 5-player game. And it didn't really work back then for a multitude of reasons, but to see Ilphonic kind of triple down on this, and we saw them with Friday the 13th, and then with Predator, soon to be Ghostbusters, all that, and then to see the other companies with Dead by Daylight and now with Evil Dead from Saber over here, I do think that there's key takeaways from this, and the article I was reading from VG247 gets into it, but like these games live or die by the player base and by people actually being able to find games and play the game. So getting it on as many systems as possible is so important, and I think that Predator being tied to PlayStation for as long as it was probably a bad thing for that game overall, and I think that this Evil Dead seems to be hitting in a lot of ways for people. Like it is good. It's a good enough game that works well enough. The servers are holding up well enough. And all of that is like, hey, that's probably best case scenario that we've seen for these games so far. So with all that being true and the sales being good for them, like that's awesome. And the next thing I want to bring up is like for Embracer Group, especially with the news in the last couple of weeks of them kind of getting more of Square's IP. It's interesting to see them kind of like have some hits already, like have some successes under their belt, and hopefully that's a sign of more hits to come, more good things to come.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Also, yeah, I love when games launch with cross-platform already enabled, because, I mean, it sucks trying to figure out, like, hey, where should I play this game? Where should I buy this game? Because then you have to limit yourself to this group of friends or, like, this group of friends. So I love that more games are doing this, and that definitely helped the success of this launch, because then you can just party up with whoever you want. I know there are some systems that are a little bit wonky with cross-platform friend stuff, but I like that it's becoming more normal for games to launch like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the hope is that it just becomes standardized and gets to a point where if you don't have a cross-play, save progression system that works, you're going to be ridiculed and criticized for it, and it's going to affect the reviews and stuff, because like those are things that are being normalized, and all the way from the big guys of Call of Duty down to things like this. And I think that things like this need it more than anybody to thrive and survive. So, next story, number 5. This is a quick one, but Thomas Haden Church has been cast in Peacock's Twisted Metal series. This comes from Discussing Film. If you could bring up the tweet there, Barrett. He will be joining Anthony Mackie and Stephanie Beatrice in the series. I didn't know who Stephanie Beatrice was, and I Googled it, and she's the girl from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she's very fucking funny.
Have you not
fucking
seen
respect on Stephanie Beatrice, dude?
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to give the respect. I'm trying to give the respect.
She's a Disney princess now, bro.
Uncultured.
Come on.
Oh, is she from Encanto?
She's the main character.
Bro, really? I did not know that.
She recorded one of those songs while she was giving birth.
Are you serious? What?
Yeah, she went into labor while she recorded one of those songs, bro. She's goated. Put some respect on her name.
I was out here trying to give the respect. I was trying to say I didn't know who she was. Then when I looked it up, I was like, oh shit, you're dope as hell. Now I'm finding out she's even doper than I thought. Shout out to you, Stephanie. Fucking do your goddamn thing. That's hella cool. Good for you.
Oh my God.
And also, look, man, hey, we got a whole bunch of goats here. We got Anthony Mackie and Thomas Haden Church, baby. What is this even going to be? I can't wait for this show. It's going to be beautiful. It is going to be the greatest television show ever fucking made. How could a Twisted Metal show go bad? How? How can a Peacock Twisted Metal show with Thomas Haden Church, Anthony Mackie, and Stephanie Beatrice live action be bad? I just don't think it's possible. Stella, what do you think?
I don't know. What about, okay, Peacock? What has their rating been? Does it go to like PG-13? Does it go up to R? Like what?
Peacock does it all.
Oh, it does it all?
They don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, so it's kind of funny games. So you don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck, dude. We're
unless
just here,
unless Tim doesn't know who Stephanie Beatrice is. So
Yo, I'm out here watching too many other classic shows on Peacock, like The Real Housewives of Miami. Okay,
oh my God,
you know what I mean? I have some culture. I have some taste. All right, out here. I guess I gotta watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine now.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah,
fantastic.
Two? Oh my God, just all the cast, just fantastic. It's so great. Yeah.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal looks interesting. I watch people play it. I didn't actually play it myself, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. I love Anthony Mackie, so anything he's gonna be in, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll support him. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Look, I'm loving this because this group of people so far says a lot about what the vibe of this show potentially could be that I think gives it the most chance at being okay. I feel like Twisted Metal is dumb. It's silly. I think it's at its best when it's one of two things. Super over the top, kind of corny comedy where it's like, it's kind of the point how corny and stupid it is. And it's just Looney Tunes-esque. Or when it is so grimdark edgelord that it's corny in a different way. And I don't think that there's an in-between. And anytime we've gotten an in-between, it just hasn't worked. And what a show for Twisted Metal could look like. I mean, the premise of it is, there's this dude Calypso, and he is going to give the winner of this tournament one wish. Whatever that wish is, he will grant it. But there's always the monkey paw. There's always the twist. It's like, well, I'm giving you your wish, but here's this weird ass thing. It's kind of like Twilight Zone shit. And what's the tournament? Y'all are getting a bunch of supercars with weapons, and you're going to fight to the death. Why would people not want to see a TV show about this? I don't understand.
Do we think Thomas Haden Church is going to be this Calypso person?
Oh, that's the other thing. I know I'm going off right now, but Twisted Metal, I don't understand what the show premise is going to be, and what I really hope it's not is based on the 2013 game or whatever the hell it was on PS3, because that game did a major disservice, and it did what I was just saying not to do. It didn't choose this side or this side. It was in the middle, and instead of having a bunch of different characters, which is what makes this shit interesting, it was like, no, there's going to be a Dollface gang, a Sweet Tooth gang, and a Preacher gang, and that's fucking it. And I'm like, no, guys, that's not what we want from Twisted Metal. And I say that as a Twisted Metal fan. Are there only dozens of us? Sure. But I'm one of the ones speaking up. I want Anthony Mackie. I want Thomas Haden Church. And I want fucking Stephanie Beatrice, my favorite actress of all time, in this show.
Barrett, can you take away his coffee?
Exactly.
He needs to breathe. just
drink some water, Tim. Drink some water. Yeah. Balance out that caffeine.
All right, let's move on. Story number 6. Pokemon cards just added an amazing new Ditto mechanic. This comes from Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. This is cool as hell, Barrett. I'm going to need you to bring out this article because there's a video and it's exciting. The Pokemon Go trading card set is adding an amazing transforming Ditto mechanic straight from the game. When opening a pack of the new Pokemon Go cards, players should be on the lookout for a special Ditto symbol in the bottom left that can be found on basic Pokemon like Bidoof. As shown in an official Pokemon Instagram post below, the unassuming Bidoof card and presumably a handful of other will actually turn out to be a sticker and can be peeled away to reveal a Ditto card behind it. Can you pull up that video?
Hold on. I apologize to chat. I apologize to, the future podcast listeners here. That was a very loud Instagram video. So I'm muting the site. So hopefully this doesn't play anymore. So here we go.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I need that card.
It's so pretty.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo's in one thing. There we go.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. There he is. There's our boy.
Oh, wow.
Look at that Ditto. What's going on? Oh, shit. Yo, that's hype as hell, man. I'm so
Oh my
stoked about this.
God.
I haven't opened up Pokemon cards in a while. I got to hit up Mike. We got to make some stuff happen. Maybe I'll hit up my girl
That's
Stephanie,
so
see what she's up
cool.
to. Anyways, what do you care about Pokemon?
I have not really been into Pokemon, and I feel like I'm going to be losing points. But like, I just don't like turn-based RPGs. That's not really my thing. But I will absolutely watch people play. And I know that the most recent one that came out is more friendly to people who aren't really into turn-based stuff, like especially when it's like linear because it's more open world, which is really cool. So I was actually considering playing the new one, but these cards have always been so. Do you remember the gold plated ones that you used to get at McDonald's?
Burger King? Oh yeah.
Was it Burger King?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was Burger King.
I remember getting one, and I'm so mad that I'm pretty sure we threw them away because like my parents were like, "Oh, you just got it from the fast food place. It's fine. We'll just throw it away." So I'm mad
So
about that.
funny.
But like
Yeah.
I remember collecting those. And so seeing stuff like this still continue makes me really happy. But I have a question. Like, if you peel that off,
Hit
can you
me.
put it back on?
I doubt it. But yeah, that's interesting. It's a fun little gimmick. I love when the cards
It
get weird.
is.
But yeah, I'm with you where I'm like, the most stressful thing in my entire life, I've lived 32 years, and the most stressful thing I've ever come across is stickers, because like stickers are super cool, but like then you get them, but then once you stick them on things, you can't use them anymore. So
Yes.
it's like, what's the point? It's upsetting.
Are you like me where when you get like stickers, you hold them because you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna use them on, but I will, and then you just never use them.
Never use them.
Yes. Oh my
You
God.
just have
Okay.
a whole sticker collection,
Yep.
man.
Yep. It is my anxious mess, and I have like pages and pages of cool stickers, and I'm like, well, what about this water bottle? But like, oh, what if I don't use that one as much?
That's the thing, man. Life's hard. Life's hard out here. Life's also super damn cool. Barrett, can you bring up the final link today? This isn't a whole news story. This is just a thing that I said we need to watch this. This comes from a Twitter user named Pokeyugami, and it is just the most amazing, gorgeous remake of the bug forest near Viridian City from Pokemon Red and Blue that I've ever seen in the original style of the original Pokemon concept art. And oh my lord, I would literally give anything to get this game. Can you imagine if they remade Red and Blue like this?
That would be so cool.
It kind of hurts my eyes though. Like I'm not gonna like I do also love of like the the concept art and like how they're able to translate that into the game, but like it kind of hurts to look at. I would need like whatever system this was on, I'd need to be able to like dim the brightness a little bit.
Well, I mean, hopefully they would be able to adjust colors and stuff, right? Like, I mean, I would assume they would adjust it because it is very, very bright.
Here's the thing, guys. It's fucking perfect. They got Fat Pikachu. They got my boy Caterpie. I will take no slander. This is everything I could ever want.
Fair. You know what? Fair.
Shout out to Fat Pikachu, man.
Fuck yeah.
So I don't know the context for this. I don't know like what is going on. I hope that it is going to turn into a fan project. I hope this motivates somebody to be like, yo, we got to do this because it's amazing. It's the coolest thing I've seen. And it is a great way to end this Friday. But I don't know if they're ever going to actually remake Pokemon in that style. Finding out if they do, that seems so far away. If I want to know what was coming to Mom and Grop shops today, where would I look?
Well, the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform, as listed by the Kinda Funny Games Daily Show, hosts each and every weekday.
Yeah.
Out today, we got Dolmen on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We have a Pico PC on May 20th. We have Cotton Fantasy, PS4 and Switch. And we have The Endless Summer Search for Surf on PC, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. Some new dates for you coming to Game Pass on Xbox. We have For Honor Marching Fire Edition coming June 1st, and Assassin's Creed Origins coming June 7th. That is what I got for you, and the show is ending a lot sooner than I'd like it to, so I'm going to keep it going. We're going to have some fun times. So I'm going to see what's up with...
Download Assassin's Creed Origins, y'all, when it comes to Game Pass. Because it is, it was the revamped, the first game in the series where we got the whole super open world RPG revamp. And, I think it's still one of the best Assassin's Creed.
And what if I don't? What are you gonna do?
You know what? I'm just gonna live the rest of my life and not really care. And if you want to live, a lesser life, that's on you. That's on you.
I mean, let's be real though. Tim's the one who was living a lesser life because he didn't know who Stephanie was. So.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm gonna make up for that. The thing is, I knew who she was. I just didn't know who she was. You know what I mean? Everything I've seen her in, I liked her in. I just didn't know it was her.
That's okay. She doesn't even know who you are, so it's okay.
Yeah, she definitely does not know who I am, and she would not have nice things to say even if she did. Like that's the situation. You can go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong to correct us as we get things wrong during the show. Ernie Bread writes in and says Norman Reedus's last year comment about more Death Stranding was after the announcement of the director's cut, so he wasn't talking about the director's cut last year. Interesting. Okay. Kebab says Shadow of the Colossus got a port to PS3, so that should have trophy support already. Nanobiologist said not a VR experience, but Devolver did release a free game on Steam during the showcase that lets you check out all their upcoming games, and it even ended with a final boss. Cannon writes in and says last year Tim gave the Future Game Showcase a C, with it getting a D+ overall from Kinda Funny, putting it just behind Ubisoft Forward and just above the PC Gaming Show. Oof! That ain't good, guys. Wow. That ain't good at all. Future Game Show, step it up, man. I'm looking for at least a B. Come on, give me some B. Nanobiologist says Scorn is supposedly going to make an appearance during the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Let's see.
More fleshy horror. Yeah.
Zio VGM writes in and says, not a correction, but an additional detail. Just as Kinda Funny Games Daily went live, Neve Campbell was announced as joining the cast of Twisted Metal. She's playing Raven. Fuck yeah, this show is gonna be the best show of all time, dude. That's awesome. Neve Campbell from fucking Scream is about to be the character from Twisted Metal Black. This can't go bad. There's no chance that this is bad. And finally, Starkzilla says the bug forest near Viridian City is just called Viridian Forest. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let him have it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll let him have it. Stella, now that we know Scorn's probably going to be at the Xbox Bethesda showcase, what's your hype level for that showcase in particular?
For Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty high. I mean, Xbox has some, like, they have quite a few things, because I think it's Microsoft and Bethesda that are linking together now, right? So I know we're probably going to see some Starfield stuff. I don't think we'll see anything, but I would love to see Redfall actual gameplay. So, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, but also I'm tempering expectations because I'd rather hold on to disappointment than, be disappointed, actually.
Oh, we're such different people.
Are we? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Are you like overly positive about the showcase?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I always expect the world. And you know what?
Really?
We deserve the world. That's the thing. That's the thing. We deserve the world. So we'll
I think it's just like in pandemic times, though, I've come to like temper expectations because it's fine. Honestly, also, Cyberpunk made me very much temper expectations for AAA games from a AAA developer. So for me, I'm just like, take all the time in the world you need, even if you like need to hold back on giving us gameplay or trailers or anything. Just do what you fucking need, please. Like, I want to keep trusting you. I want to keep liking these games that I see. I want to keep feeling excited. So just give me that. Just show me something when you're ready to. So that's kind of why I've been tempering expectations.
Switching off the game showcase stuff, just to other general questions. What's up with IGN? How is IGN doing? How is it for you being there? How is I saw that people were in the studio for the first time recording Beyond. Have you been able to be in that studio yet?
Yeah. So I was in the San Francisco office. Also, I like how you were like, "What's up with IGN?" I'm just like, "What?" Immediately, like, just fuck what? What the fuck you want? Yeah. No. It's great. We have the offices kind of opening up again. So we have our LA office and the San Francisco office. So I'm working out of the San Francisco office. And it's really cool. I love being back in a studio. I don't mind being home, right? Because I'm like in between meetings and work, you can take naps, which is fantastic. But, it's also really nice to be in an official studio setup. And you're just like, oh yeah, this feels right. This feels natural. So it's been really cool. And you should totally stop by sometime when we open up to guests.
Hell yeah. What is there word on that? Like what is the status? And of course I'm not trying to I don't know what you guys can and can't say at this point, but is IGN open again? Like, is it the standard going to be going in and shooting podcasts on that set?
Yeah, so we're trying to do that. We haven't heard anything about guests yet, but we are trying to at least get people like hosts back in and everything. We've had producers come in. I'm in 2 days a week so far. So yeah, primarily for shoots and stuff. So that'll be really cool. And we're doing Summer of Gaming stuff. So I'll be doing some shoots for them too. So I'm very excited.
Awesome. Where are they shooting the Daily Fix these days?
Daily Fix, it depends on where the hosts are because we do have SF and LA hosts, but mostly it's LA. So yeah.
Wow. Times have changed. It's really crazy.
I know. I'm so sad. I miss San Francisco being the headquarters. Ugh.
Yeah. So you're in SF then?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So like, if you don't watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I can walk over and kick your ass in person.
Yes, exactly. See, here's the thing. There's been this big trend of all the creators and influencers and whatever the hell you want to call people doing the boxing matches. I think that as of right now, we need to officially make IGN versus Kind of Funny. Fuck it. We'll throw GameSpot in there too. And we're just fucking throwing ones. Yeah.
Actually, so I'm raising money for St. Jude, and my end goal is to crush, like, if we do it, I'm going to crush a watermelon between my legs. So...
Fuck yeah, you are, man. You're awesome, Stella. Let's go. Sicko Stella, baby. I'm going to be there with like wrestling style signs that just say Sicko Stella.
Can we do that? Oh my God. Yes. We just pick some random parking lot, like start shooting, like, do the live stream. People are like, what the fuck is happening? But it's San Francisco. Who cares?
Oh, I have some questions here, though. So you're going to crush a watermelon between your legs. Are you confident in your ability to do this? What spurred the understanding that you could? Because if someone was like, yo, Tim, can you crush a watermelon between your legs? The person would probably be Kevin. I would say, I don't think so.
Well, I can squat 300 pounds. So I think my confidence is pretty up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barrett, do you think you could do it?
Absolutely not.
I thought that was gonna be absolutely.
Nah.
God.
Nah. Even when I was in peak form, Tim, nah.
Peak form. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Do you think Blessing could do it, Stella?
Oh my! I think we had this discussion. I think he said he wanted some time, but like I don't know.
He wanted some time.
He needed.
I think he could do it.
Okay.
Maybe.
I would love to see Bless try.
Oh my God, can we do it? Oh my God. Okay, chat, please. Like, can tweet at Kind of Funny Games, please. Like, can we do like a lineup or just like, because it's summer, it's gonna be hot. Can we like go outside, have those inflatable pools, and like everyone from Kind of Funny Games just try to crush a watermelon between their thighs? Like, can we do that?
Why not, dude?
Please.
I'm down to try.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. I'm kind of taking over, but let's fucking do this. Let's do this shit.
My money is on Snowbike Mike.
Oh, I think Mike could do it. Yeah. I honestly, I think I might be able to do it. I think I have the sheer size advantage. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like I got the girthy thighs, and I think that those things are I think the sheer surface area of my thigh to watermelon ratio gives me kind of an advantage.
How much of that thigh is muscle that you can control to like actually put pressure on the watermelon, Tim?
Not much, but like I got those. There's bones
that's why
in there.
I'm not
you know
confident.
What I mean?
Is like I've always had like
I
used to be like a tinier guy, but like I've always had like thicker thighs because of my time
Hell yeah,
pitching
we love thick thighs. Oh, hell
pitching
yeah.
in baseball and stuff. But like
You have a baseball butt. Sorry, I just
Barrett got the baseball butt. I've been saying it for years.
Yeah,
finally someone's backing me up.
Baseball butt Barrett is what they call me. But again, since I haven't been doing any of that in years, like I don't have that anymore, Tim. Like it's a little more doughy than it was in
Doughy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Also, I want to point out someone in chat was like, there are kids starving. Well, I mean, if you're in the Bay Area, why don't you come eat the watermelon that we smash? Wouldn't you feel so lucky to be able to eat the watermelon that we crushed with our thighs?
And with that, everyone, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily. Stella, thank you so much for hanging out on this beautiful Friday.
Fun.
This was a blast. This was great. I would love to have you back many more times here on the show if you would have us. And you deserve to do a show with Blessing, having the planned lineup once he starts feeling better. Where can people find you?
So aside from IGN, where I do my daily stuff, I am on Twitter at @ParallaxStella, Instagram, where I mostly post gym stuff. And I stream almost daily on Twitch. So that's after work, like 6 p.m. PST, which is also just twitch.tv/ParallaxStella. So, I actually played, who was it? I don't know who it was, but I played, Overwatch with one of the Kind of Funny guys. I don't remember his name.
Andy.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. And we yelled a lot and we talked well, I don't know what we talked about butts and other things. So yeah, it was fun.
Classic Andy. You know who definitely could not crush a watermelon? Andy Cortez. Andy Cortez. You know what? I take that back. I think Andy's got it. Whatever. We're talking way too much about this stuff. Maybe we'll talk more about it in the post show. We'll have to wait and find out. But for everyone else, I love you all. Goodbye.